Over the past 4 years, Aluta News has established itself as a beacon of factual reporting, free from mischief and sensationalism. The publishers of Aluta News, www.alutanews.ng, I warmly welcome you to the 4th anniversary of Aluta News Lectures and Awards Ceremony. Today, we celebrate an unwavering commitment to amplifying the voices of organized labor, youth leaders, civil society organizations, and progressive individuals who tirelessly strive for a better society. Over the past 4 years, Aluta News has established itself as a beacon of factual reporting, free from mischief and sensationalism. We have consistently promoted informed discourse, social justice, human rights, providing a platform for marginalized voices to be heard. Our dedication to objective reporting has earned us the trust and respect of our readers, and we remain committed to upholding the highest standard of journalism. Today's ceremony honors individuals and organizations that embody the spirit of social change, integrity, and service. Their selflessness inspire us to continue advocating for a society where civil rights and humanity thrive. We recognize the tireless effort of those who have made significant impact in their respective fields, and we celebrate their achievement as a testament to the power of collective action. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our partners, contributors, and readers for their unwavering support. Your trust fuels our passion for a better Nigeria, and we look forward to continuing our journey together. Aluta News is indeed the voice in the struggle. Thank you very much. You are all welcome.
I think we can do better. Aluta News is 4 years today. It's not easy. Dr. Dare Oshukonjo, Aluta News Anniversary Chairman. Please, are we in this event? Oh, our attention is somehow divided. If you are here with me, please jam your hands together for the Anniversary Chairman. Thank you so much. You're welcome, sir.
Well, the 4th anniversary lecture and award ceremony of Aluta News. Today we gather to celebrate the lecture. Today we gather to celebrate the modest contribution of Aluta News to the media landscape in Nigeria and to honor outstanding individuals who have made significant impact in their respective fields. As we celebrate the milestone, I want to commend the management and staff of Aluta for their dedication to promoting good governance, youth development, and investigative journalism. The theme of today's lecture is Unleashing the Potentials of Nigerian Youth. It's a timely and relevant one. Our youth hold the key to Nigerian prosperity, and it is our collective responsibility to empower them to reach their full potentials. I encourage all to support the mission of Aluta News by donating to their endowment fund, which will support their journalism training program, youth empowerment initiative, and investigative report projects. It is now my pleasure to declare and commence commitment of today's lecture. Our distinguished guest lecturer will dive into the theme and the provision of insightful perspective on how we can unleash the potentials of Nigerian youth. Without much ado, I invite our guest lecturer to take the stage. Please join me in welcoming Honorable Ango Abdullahi Suleiman as we employ the vast potentials of Nigerian youth. Thank you and God bless.
Together this evening to discuss critically what exactly I termed the geopolitics of youth inclusiveness and empowerment in Nigerian politics, a fantasies or realities. I tried to fine-tune the topic simply because had it been I was consulted, we will have fine-tuned the topic to encapsulate virtually all the realities in Nigerian politics today. Nevertheless, the topic is timely. The topic is accurate. Please, for those who are eating, can you just give me 10 minutes of your time so that we can intellectually engage ourselves, unleashing the potentials of Nigerian youth. When you look at the topic, if you want to dissect the topic, it has three conceptualizations: unleashing, potential, and Nigerian youth. What are we unleashing? What is that potential? And what is Nigeria? And of course, who are the youth of Nigeria? Statistics have shown that the youth constitute, debatable though, 65% of the population of Nigeria. And research has shown that by 2030, youth are going to constitute 57% of the global population. Whether we like it or not, developed countries have critically and strategically positioned their youth for a better national development. So the question here is, in Nigeria, what are the strategic methods and approaches put in place? When you say unleash, what do you mean? Unleash in a succinct terms, it means an approach that involves dedication, commitment, and strategic approach towards bringing out a hidden potentials that collectively can bring about national development. And how do you unleash this potential? There must be a conscious and deliberate policies, either by the society, by the government, or by those that matters, so as to ensure the yielding of the potentialities of an individual or society. And it has to be deliberate, conscious, and strategic in nature. And that's why we said collective bargaining is found to be more rewarding in a socio-economic and political issues than a single-man crusade. Meaning, it is not only the prerogative of the government to ensure the potential unleashing of the youth of Nigeria towards a greater perspective. Meaning, you and I, the society, the private sectors, non-governmental organizations, non-state actors, every other person need to come and bring out the best so that we can unleash the potentials of Nigerian youth. I strongly believe that as a people, unless well coached, you can never maximize your capacities and your capabilities. Meaning, as an individual, you need a navigational compass. You need something to be looking onto. You need something to see as a guide before you unleash your potential. And what are those guides? In my lecture today, I intend to look at it on 3 perspectives. 1, how can we support a Nigerian youth as a subject now to unleash his potentials? Number 2, has there been a strategic and deliberate effort by the government to help unleash the potential of Nigerian youth? And number 3, if yes, to what extent has it been implemented or achieved? How do we unleash the potential of a Nigerian youth? It's not mine. There are so many ways. Number 1, let me start with a point that I think so many people ought to have benefited from it. We must have to deliberately appreciate and celebrate the effort of some people that have made it in life as youth. As a government, there are so many individuals that they have paid their dues to the theater of what I call Nigerian youth. Then there must be a deliberate policy to appreciate and celebrate them. For example, during my recognition, I recognized Professor Ako. We have all known the effort he has put in place towards bringing Nigerian youth together. To what extent has he been celebrated or appreciated by government? To what extent people like Ben Dutoy that have tried their best to bring Nigerian youth together to discuss national issues of significant importance been celebrated? Aluta News, I remember how he started. To what extent has he been appreciated or recognized? Number 2, a government must have a deliberate economic reforms. These deliberate economic reforms will certainly help unleash the potential of a Nigerian youth. What are these economic policies or reforms? This must be a deliberate policy towards seeing the empowerment of a Nigerian youth, towards giving a Nigerian youth a skill acquisition, towards ensuring that a Nigerian youth is given an entrepreneurship skills, towards seeing a Nigerian youth is given a vocational training, towards seeing a Nigerian youth is given a mentorship and coaching so that they can help unleash their hidden potentials. I keep saying in all circumstances and fora that we, the Nigerian youth, are not lazy. If other people can make it outside, nothing stops us from making it within the country. Then what is the impediment? The impediment is we only need an enabling environment so that we can what? Unleash our hidden potentials. And this enabling environment has to do with economic reforms. And again, the government need to have a deliberate policy changes. Meaning, before you understand any system, you're bound to understand those that form the system on individual and personal basis. Meaning, 1, policies are not supposed to be stagnant. They should move according to the test of time. We should critically, as a government, as a policy makers, to look at the contemporary happening, to indicate and indoctrinate ourselves into the international theater so that we can see how others have developed their youth, and of course also have a policy that suits the test of time. Meaning, we are in a digital era. To what extent has this government looked into our teeming youth and see the possibility of integrating them into the global system? To what extent and what are the deliberate policies put in place by government to ensure that we, the youth of Nigeria, are incorporated and are competitively convenient and sufficient in the global theater? There must be a deliberate policies to see how we can navigate into that. I am privileged today to be the Mandate Secretary, Youth Development Secretariat. Please pay attention to this. I was privileged to be in the National Youth Service Corps orientation camp. Here in Abuja, we have a total of almost 4,000 graduates. And in a year, we used to have batch A, batch B, batch C. And in each of these batch, we have stream A and stream B. 4,000 per batch per stream. Meaning, in a complete academic sessions, we are going to have 6 streams. Am I right? And in each of these streams, we have 4,000. My dear brother and sister, even if the president to decide every other civil servant and public servant should retire compulsorily, and this set of people, just in an academic session, should be recruited, do you think we can accommodate them? Please, who are the mathematicians? 4,000 times 6. What is this figure, please? 16 plus 8. 24,000 only in Abuja times 37. Please, can somebody give us the figure? 24,000 times 37. What I mean by 37, 36 state of the federation plus FCT for an academic session. Are you seeing the danger? Are you seeing the bomb? Are you seeing the explosion? And this has been happening for the past 4 years. We keep graduating these people on daily basis. We keep competing on daily basis. And the question here is, what are those policies we put in place? Number 3, these youth, they must be equipped with knowledge of realities. And what is knowledge of realities? There is differences between academic paper and realities. And this is where we get it wrong as Nigerian youth. The moment I finish diploma, I think I am eminently qualified to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I am not fair to myself. Let me tell you, when you decide to go into entrepreneurship, when you decide to go into service delivery sector, you make it much more than those in the public service and offices. The likes of Dangote and Co, they have never worked with the government, but they have made it. And if they can do it, if they can make it, not to stop you as an entrepreneur from becoming one of the richest African soil. So there must be a deliberate policy, and there must be a well-equipped knowledge from a Nigerian youth. And this knowledge must be a knowledge of realities, knowledge that has the paraphernalia of contemporary happenings, so that you can easily navigate around the component of success. In such doing, again, we need mentorship. We need what? Mentorship. So many of us have these potentials. So many of us have so many capacities and capabilities. But we lack the method, the strategy to unleash them. By the time we have mentors, we have coaches that are ready to mentor us so much, they can help you unleash even more than what you think you have. And there must be a deliberate policy on doing this as well. That means the community, the private sector, and the government have a lot to do. Because we can mentor ourselves. Because we can mentor others. And because we can mentor the entire community to change to a better community in the future. But this has to be a deliberate attempt at decisions. Why I keep making use of the word deliberate is because you must first accept the fact that, yes, I have the competency and the capacities to do it before you think of helping others. And there must be a deliberate, intentional decisions that I want to help. Because if you don't have that decisions, you start thinking of other components that will deter you from achieving that decisions. So it has to be deliberate, it has to be conscious, and it has to be strategic. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the next question is, over time, has government put some things in place for us to unleash our potentials? The question is yes. And how many of them can we, at a glance, take a look at them? Number one, The National Directorate of Employment, I think it was established in 1986, February 13 to be specific. What are the mandates of this directorate? When you go through their mandates, they are mandates that Nigerian youth, if fully utilized today, we should not be thinking about unemployment. Today, we should not be thinking about insecurity. Today, we should not be thinking about kidnapping and banditry. But because they are only on papers, and that is why every day we keep cropping and bringing out deities and deviant actors in our society. Of recent, we had the Not Too Young bill to run. You see, if this bill is properly utilized, we can have a better platform for the Nigerian youth to unleash their potentials. You may have all it takes to be a great man in the country, but you need a favorable government policies to help you unleash these potentials. And how do you become part of it? You must participate actively towards bringing out these beautiful policies. And in Nigerian context today, you must belong to the political class for you to make impact to yourself, to the community, and to the nation at large. How far has the Nigerian youth agreed to come together to benefit from this bill? So meaning, the government has invariably given us a platform, but we, the Nigerian youth, are we ready? Are we ready? The question is, we are not ready. Because we have arrays of platforms that consist of youth. And I can tell you, they keep having leadership problems. So meaning, even within us, we are not ready. Even if the bill says not too young to run. But the question is, are we ready as youth? Obviously, we are not. It is a better platform for us to critically come together and think, how best can we utilize this? In our quest to actualize this, there must be readiness to sacrifice. There must be readiness to have a full dedication and commitment. And this sacrifice is all-encompassing, meaning I must not be the one. Meaning, we should sit down collectively and see who the cap fit the most. In international parlance, they say you need to know when to fight, who to fight, how to fight, and where to fight. Obviously, there are positions, if you give me, is far bigger than me. So I should be honest to myself and say, young man, or my leaders, I don't think I have the competence or capacity to handle this position. But has this ever happened in Nigeria? In fact, the irony is we keep asking for what we know ourselves. We cannot do it. So many opportunities have been given to Nigerian youth, and they have not been utilizing it very well. And I tell you, that is why even some of the leaders are having second thought on giving us this ample opportunity to pilot the affairs of some of these organizations in their entirety. Number 3, there was this youth investment fund. My dear brothers and sisters, this is a deliberate and beautiful policy aimed at empowering the youth of Nigerians, aimed at giving us resources and support so that we can venture into entrepreneurship. We can venture into artificial intelligence. We can venture into service delivery sector. We can venture into vocational trainings. And we can venture into so many things that we can be self-independent. But the question here is, are the Nigerian youth ready to utilize it? It will shock you to know that in orientation camp, they have what they call Skill Acquisition and Empowerment Development, SAID program. Let me give you this short story, sorry. A guy graduated from London. He told his parents he wanted to serve in Nigeria. When he came, I want us to please pay attention to this story because I want us to get a point. When he came to Nigeria, the Nigerian government gave him only 100,000. Only 100,000. As what? As a grant. As I speak to you today, the guy has employed over 136 staff for a period of 2 years. He ventured into entrepreneurship. Now he's a multi-billionaire. He told his parents he never knew there is money in Nigeria. The question here is, how many coppers have we graduated? How many coppers have we been given grant of even 2 million naira? What have they done with it? And the critical question is, does it mean a typical Nigerian whose school in Nigeria have a typical thinking of a Nigerian? I don't know if you understand the question. Does it mean that a typical Nigerian whose school in Nigeria have a typical thinking of a Nigerian? Because if this guy can come all the way from London, collect 100,000 naira within 2 years and become multimillionaire and empower over 136 staff, I see no reason why some of us cannot do it. Because we understood the system, we understood the community, we understood the business opportunities in our country much more than somebody who schooled abroad. But believe you me, when we collect a grant of 2 million, the next day you are going to see arrays of iPhones in our hands. We will buy a data of 50 naira, be in our comfort zones and toilet, and start analyzing the problems of Nigeria, not knowing that we are the problems of Nigeria. When somebody writes about the problem of Nigeria, you might think if you give him the leadership of Nigeria, within 24 hours, things will be better. All with the data of 50 naira at his comfort zone, analyzing and profiling solutions to Nigerian problem. And that same person, you gave him 2 million naira as a grant to start business. The next day, he or she went to GSM Village or Barnes Plaza and acquired iPhone. Is that person not a problem of Nigeria? Does that mean the government have not been trying? Another thing the government put in place is the student loan. This student loan, critically looking at it, it has pros and cons. Nevertheless, in every disadvantaged situation, there are advantages. We can, as leaders of youth, agree to come together and think about ourselves. Think about the future of the country. If others can make it, we can also make it. And I keep telling you, Nigerians are blessed with everything. Are you talking about the intelligentsia? Are you talking about the academic capacities? Are you talking about the research capacities? Are you talking about thinking capacities? Others have been doing fantastically well outside the country. What stopped us, we in Nigeria, that we cannot sit down and think outside the box and provide solutions to ourselves? Some of these guys, when you give them the loan, tomorrow they are going to be expelled from the school. Because that is the first time he or she got the money that he thinks is free of charge. The next thing, if he has one girlfriend, he's going to have 3. The next thing, if he has never drank, believe me, the next day he's going to be in the bar. So there must be a conscious and deliberate attempt by we, the so-called leaders of the youth, to orientate and give what is it called, guide to these younger generations. The government, again, I remember few of us, I remember vividly, before my appointment as Mandate Secretary, we agreed to come together and have what we call National Youth Dialogue. We pushed ourselves to the Minister of Youth. We told him we want to have National Youth Dialogue. We want to discuss Nigerian youth with the presence of government and policy makers. And I think the Minister of Youth took it to Mr. President. All of a sudden, it's now a National Youth Confab. Am I right? And the President said it's going to be 30 days activities. The question here is, if this opportunity is provided, do we have a template for the government? I want to tell you, on that day, all of us are going to be speaking grammar without a concrete template for the government to look into our situations. I expected by now the leaders of Nigerian youth should said, the president has announced an ample opportunity for us. So let's come together and have a template before the date. So that on that day, we can even say, Mr. President, thank you. Based on the 6 geopolitical zones, we have sat down, we have discussed extensively and comprehensively. This is some of our resolution. Nevertheless, to fulfill all righteousness and formalities, we can still have the confab. Do you know why we need to have it before the date? To show that we are eager, to show that we have the capacity, to show that we are even anxious more than the president to provide a better Nigeria for all Nigerians. But the question here is all of us are sleeping. Let me tell you, I received number of text messages and number of calls. I want to be a delegate to that confab. Do you know why? Probably because of the stipends. Is that person not a problem of Nigeria? We are supposed to start thinking critically. What exactly are we going to tell the federal government? What measures, what strategic approach, what deliberate policies are the government supposed to put in place for all of us to come and enjoy and have a better Nigeria? But all we keep asking, in fact, this morning somebody called me that please, for the sake of God, I learned the confab is about to start. I just want to be a delegate at all costs. I now asked him, what exactly are you coming to contribute? He said, just make me the delegate. If you do that to me, I will never forget you for the rest of my life. But he has nothing to come and offer. Is that person not a problem of Nigeria? We will keep mentioning some of these policies, programs, and organizations established by the government, both past and present, all in their quest to ensure that we have a better youth, a better Nigerian youth. But we have been the problem of ourselves. Like I said, I'm going to deliver my lecture in 3 phases. I think I have captured the first and the second phase. The last phase is what has hindered, what has been the predicament, what has been the problem towards actualizing some of these beautiful policies of the government. There we come again. Number one problem that people don't want to listen, people don't want to believe in Nigeria is corruption. When we have the National Directorate of Employment with a core mandate of seeing to the betterment of Nigerian youth, have they fulfilled their mandate from their own side of the story? The question is obviously no. And the answer is corruption. Don't even deceive yourself. The answer is what? Corruption. I don't want to extrapolate much. One of our next problems is nepotism. Nepotism. This is supposed not to be a symbol or identity of a Nigerian, because we are supposed to be thinking Nigeria first in all circumstances and ramifications. But we don't do that. Give my friend from the southeast an opportunity. The next thing, when you turn around, you are going to see everybody from the southeast. Give a Nigerian youth an opportunity, a northerner. When you turn, the next thing you are going to see a northerner. When you give a Nigerian youth from the southern part of the country an opportunity, the next thing you see, the question is, are we even truly Nigerians? Do we think Nigeria at all? We don't go for competency. We don't go for those who have the capacity. So you may have the office, you may have the opportunity, but you cannot deliver. You waste people's time. For anybody that was given opportunity for a period of 4 years and there is nothing to show, honestly speaking, he needs to be flogged because he wasted people's time. And there must be a strategic approach by the government to assess the performance of those holding our public offices. If you don't do it, get out of it. Because we don't have time to waste any longer. Another problem we keep having is, you see, this thing we call religion. We preach religion in Nigeria as if we are the best religious people on earth. And we are the worst people that practice religion. Our politicians have what I call political strategic sentiment in achieving what they want to achieve. They only discuss religion with you when it is time for politics. But when it is time for sharing, they never ask, Ango, where are you coming from? Nkechi, where are you coming from? Ricky, where are you from? Okatahe, where are you from? They never ask that question. They share it equally. In fact, they laugh, they die together. But when they come outside, discussing politics, there everybody talked about his region. There everybody talked about his religion. And they start having issue within. And who are the instrument of this nonsense? They are the Nigerian what? Youth. We rig elections, we destroy ballot papers. At the end of it all, what comes to our table? Nothing. I mean what? Nothing. Nothing comes to our table. Please go and read this book, written by late Bala Usman, For the Liberation of Africa. That is the title of the book. For the what? Liberation of Africa. He said, the problem of Nigeria began when we have indigenization policy. The problem of Nigeria began when we have what? Indigenization policy. I am an indigen of Ewere. I am an indigen of Okatai. I am an indigen of Dotu. I am an indigen of Gambo. This is the beginning of our problem as a nation, because that obviously makes us to start seeing differences within ourselves, because we don't longer see ourselves as Nigeria. I don't know if you understand. By the time we start going against all these primordial sentiments, but perhaps strategic political sentiment by our politicians, that will be the beginning of the liberation of Nigerian youth towards unleashing its potentials. There is another book called Disaster Capitalism. When you read Disaster Capitalism, you will get to understand that the politicians of Nigeria, they are using that doctrine to achieve what they want to achieve. When we say disaster, we all know what disaster is. When we say capitalism in this context, we mean a journey that revolves around opportunities for self-interest. We can, as a politician, they can throw a disaster to ourselves. Then they will now use the opportunity. For example, they can call the entire youth organizations of Nigeria and say, I want to make you a minister of who I give you 1 million. You think it's going to be possible? You think it's going to be possible? Let's assume Mr. President said today, I want to make another minister of sport, for example. And I want the entire leaders of Nigerian youth to nominate one person. Do you think it's going to be possible? It will take more than 10 years debating and debating. Somebody will start reading his resume for a good 24 hours. Somebody will start telling you how he had several accidents in his attempt to go for elections or National Youth Council elections. Somebody will start telling you how armed robber dealt with him on his way to Imo to have NYSCN election. Somebody will tell you how he lost his younger brother on his way to ensure that a particular chairman who is legitimately elected is installed and recognized. A whole lot of things like that. And the government will do that because they know you will never have a common voice. And that is what we call the doctrine of disaster capitalism. And by so doing, you become more divided. Obviously, there is no leadership. I wish I have a lot of time, but I think I'm giving 2 minutes. In conclusion, nothing is impossible. If others can do it, we can also do it. And how do we do it? We must be ready to sacrifice. We must be ready to take the leadership. We must be ready to appreciate the fact that we are leaders in our own different spheres of human life and influences. And we must be ready to coach ourselves. We must be ready to acquaint ourselves with what I call knowledge of realities and contemporary happenings. And we must be ready to be either digital natives or migrants. By so doing, Nigeria is going to be great. Nigerian youth are going to be great. The constituency, the youth is going to be great. and of course, we'll have a better country. Thank you so much.
T-shirts. BondPay is an innovative digital financial solution app that we have. It's not like your regular fintech app. I know you're going to ask, what is the difference between this fintech app that we have away from the other ones that are existing currently? Trust me, by the time I am done, you will know the difference and the reason you should be using what we have. Now, how does this app work? It's very simple. There are a few persons in the hall whom I believe have downloaded the app, because I know I've spoken to a couple, and my colleagues here have also spoken to a couple of them who have already downloaded the app. How does it work? Simple. Just download the app either on Google Play or an iOS store. Register, fill out the information that they will ask you. The registration is seamless, it's very simple, and automatically you'll be given an account number whilst you create your account. Fund the wallet, and then you start transacting. Two things. How do you fund your wallet? You can fund your wallet via two ways. You can fund your wallet either through your ATM cards or your regular bank transfer. What do I mean? There's an account number that will be generated for you as you download the app. Take that same phone number. Just the same way someone will say, send me your account number, let me send you money. And they send you an account number. You can send this same account number to them while you enter this same account number in your bank app and then transfer money into your wallet for spending. The features you will see on the app. We have the bill payment, which is the regular thing that you will see, where you can streamline all your payments, your light bill, water bill, your data, recharge card, or your TV subscriptions. All these are available on the bill payment platforms. Or you can also buy your JAMB and Wire scratch card for your children. Number two, another feature you will see there is the virtual card. For some of us who do a lot of international transactions, you can agree with me that using Nigerian ATM cards to pay for services that are outside Nigeria is a really big struggle. But with our virtual card, that is very seamless. And guess what? That virtual card is something you can use both here and when you are out of the country. It's very seamless to use. Another thing you can find there is our multi-currency wallet. What do I mean by multi-currency wallet? Currently on the app, you can transact in about 13 different currencies, right? There's the Canadian dollar there, there's the euro, pounds, there's the Turkish currency, there is the Ghana currency, the Ghana cedis. You can transfer money, you can move money from one currency to another currency, and you're able to spend wherever you are. The app is global. You can use the app anywhere in the country, even outside the country, and you can transact business using the local currency of the place where you are. Again, that same currency, the multi-currency wallet, if you have someone abroad, for example, now this is Christmas period, a lot of persons are going to be sending money back home. How does that work for you? If you have the BondPay app on your phone, and your family member who is abroad has the app on their phone, they don't need to send you money that you have to go to bank to go and withdraw. They don't need to send you money that you now go to the regular BDC to go and exchange it. They can send money from their dollar wallet, pound wallet, to your dollar wallet or to your Naira wallet, and you can cash it here in Naira. Convert the currency on the app. One thing I can guarantee you, I've had a few conversations with some persons here, and they're asking me how expensive is the conversion rate. And I gave examples of some other apps that I know that do this, and our conversion rate is way lesser than theirs. It's lesser than what you have in the regular BDC, your Zone 4. The conversion rate is very cheap. It's cheaper than what you have at the bank. It's cheaper than what every other fintech app who use the same system or solution. It's very cheaper than all of them. Now, another feature that we have there, one of our USPs that we have there is called the escrow system. Now, how does the escrow system work? Let me explain to you. For example, you have a carpenter who is coming to work for you at home, right? And you have the challenge of trusting the carpenter to pay them the money. You feel that somehow they will run away with the money that you have given to them. You pay the money to BondPay. The carpenter gets a notification that the money has been paid. Let's say, for example, the job that the carpenter is going to do is going to cost about 100,000 naira. And in the 100,000 naira, he needs to buy products. Maybe he needs to buy wood, nail, and the rest of them, and his service fee is 20,000 naira. You pay the complete 100,000 naira in Bompay, and you can, schedule your payment. It's called milestone payment. When he does the work to this percentage, release this amount to you. You are the one releasing the money. The money is already in the app. That way, you are sure that the guy will not take your money and run away. He is also sure that he will not finish his work and is calling you, Oga, where my balance now? Oga, you never give me my balance. Everybody is safe. Another example, I want to buy a pair of shoes from Lagos. I don't know the person, she doesn't know me. But I paid the money for the shoe on the app. The person sees that the money has been paid there, the money is deposited there, and they send me the pair of shoe. When I see the pair of shoe, it's exactly what I ordered, right? And then I cannot give instruction to the app to release the money to the person. If it's not what I ordered, I can also instruct the app to refund me my money. So on the app, you can request cash back, or you can request, refund on the app. That is one of the features that we have there. There's none. We have done our research. There's none of these fintech apps that are existing currently that have the escrow system that is functioning. It's on the app already. You can try it out and see how it functions. Now, another feature for those who have downloaded the app. I need to send you money. I don't need you to send me your bank account. If I have your phone number, which you use in registering on the app, that's all I need. That's all I need to send you money. With your phone number, I send you money, and in the split second, the money is already in your wallet, and you can transfer to any bank you want to transfer to and withdraw your money from there. It's as simple as the word simple. It's as seamless as the word seamless. By the end of this program, we'll have a raffle draw that we're doing. For those of us who have collected the raffle tickets, it's simple. By the time they will start calling numbers on the ticket, if yours is one of the raffle tickets, you are entitled to 20,000 naira on the condition that the app is already on your phone. If your number is called and the app is not on your phone, you will lose the 20,000 naira. We have that for about 10 persons that are here. It's just a way of us supporting what he has done or what they are doing here and giving back to the community that are here. If you have any further question as far as the app is concerned, I am here and my team are here. All of us are dressed in Bompay. Ask us any question that you can and we will be willing to respond to you. Thank you so very much.
Boss, Dr. Clegg Saints Akko. I met this gentleman through his organization. That's the Chairman, Proponent Council, Nigeria Humanitarian Action, NIHA. That NIHA sounds like Ni Hao in Chinese language. Don't you know? And Ni Hao in Chinese language means very good. And how do you answer that, sir? You answer how are you doing? How? Ni Hao Ma. Lovely. And a lovely friend of mine all the way from Egypt, Sima, the CEO, S&M Closers. You're welcome. I see you there. Very quickly, my job is to, I know you understand. Aluta Media has, hello, you want to hear? Let me stand there so that you can see me well, because this height is not my fault. It's a genetic situation, you know. When the chromosomes misroad, instead of XY, they go jam for junction. The beautiful thing about Nigeria is that we're all from different sectors, different cultural backgrounds, and different spoken languages. I just imagine, say, Aluta now get branch for China. Are we together? Yes. And I was to read the news in Chinese language from one of the Aluta media bulletin. And I went this way. Boss. Thank you, sir. I went this way. Ni hao. Miang ho so do shi ho or chai.com. Yang Sai Aluta News Shanghai. Hong Su Tai Shi Shi Gong Zhou La. Ni Hang Pao San Do Tai Shi Gong Zhou Do. That means we're here tonight and I'm hoping you are enjoying the news. Kam Sao Tao Ta. Mi Gong Pao Sao Lo Peng Shi Yu. Ni Hang Sao. I mean, the news not finished with that. I will take Israel. It's wonderful. I traveled to the Tea Land. I met with Mr. Tokura Temba. He was to read the news like this on air. When he came up, he said, "Good afternoon, people. My name is Tokura Temba. But the government is square. By the grace of God, the news is led by me. And the federal government also wanted very important about bushland. Sorry. The government also wanted very important about burning of bush. Not the bushland. No, you are just very good for the body. And the government says traveled down to the United States of UK. I'm sorry, pardon. United States of UK. United Kingdom, that is. When we got to the UK, I met this little boy. Little boy, tell me your names, where you school, give me alphabets A to E. He started.
Good afternoon, Uncle. My name is Timothy Douglas. I school at Trinidad International School. A is for apple, B for boy, C for cat, D for bird, and E for egg.
I left there straight to my village, Nomaland.
Good afternoon, Uncle. My name is Ocha Igu. At the school for Ocha Primary School, I'm Primary 3. A is for Anyala, B is for Abole, C is for Uto,
D is for Dunga,
and E for
no.
I go enter is. Good afternoon, teacher. My name was Senator Milo. I'm schooling for Teachers and Primary School and in Primary 3. A is for Abanye. B is for Bigo. C is for children is my name. D for Dale and E for
I go enter Promotion.
Good afternoon, teacher. My name is Wasil Latif. I'm schooling for Promotion Primary School and in Primary 3.
H is for Akbalaba. B is for boy. C is for Pomo, that is another good for the body. D for the D for Lele. I go enter Niger State.
So then I shall buy you in a number of those are Brosco. And I do, if I if I young low, see for Shaquai, if I young, if I buy you,
Now I go enter Salan.
Jama, good afternoon, everybody. My name was Lamanta. So then I want to work at the school for primary school. And I had to go 3 o'clock. A is for Allah Wallahi. B is for Bobo. C is for Pacho. D for and D for
If that chair Europe, please put your hands together for him again. And of today's event. Because of what of time, we shall not be taking the citation. All the citations are actually printed in the program. So go through them. It's past this, past that. And current this, current that. Sir, please. You're welcome. Let me bring it out.
Oladele John Nihi. And the award is in recognition of his role in fostering religious tolerance and unity in Nigeria. So he's our Aluta youth icon for religious tolerance and unity. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Ambassador Oladele John Nihi. Congratulations.
Next.
This prestigious award, we are glad to be presenting it to Mr. John Amana. As a mark of our appreciation, he is one of the foremost innovators in terms of prosthetic limbs for black people. If you see the prosthetic or what you call artificial hands and legs that he has constructed for black people, it is outstanding. It's a global innovation worth celebrating anywhere. And my friend asked me, what is the guy doing in Nigeria? Ladies and gentlemen, when they construct for the white people, it matches with their skin tone. This guy has decided to construct for black people. So if your leg is amputated, you will check your skin tone and construct something that matches your skin tone exactly, and you can't spot the difference between it and an original leg. I think that innovation deserves the commendation and award of all of Nigeria. Mr. John Amana, thank you very much for all you do. Ladies and gentlemen, the next award goes to Dr. Oladele Peter Olashokomi. A round of applause for him as he comes up. audience is so cold and detached from this award, please connect here, connect here. That's what you came for. You came for an award ceremony. Please just connect here. And this prestigious award, sir, is in recognition of his outstanding contribution to the digital media landscape in Nigeria. He has demonstrated exceptional leadership and innovative spirit, and his tireless effort has actually changed the narrative on the media landscape of Nigeria. We are so glad on behalf of Aluta to be presenting this award to you as Best Digital Media Personality of the Year. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. An empowerment for individuals with special needs. We want to thank you for your tireless efforts to break down barriers and create opportunities for people with disabilities. You have removed the dis in disabilities and you have amplified abilities. Because disability is nothing but disguised abilities. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Honorable Mohammed Abadisa. Congratulations on this award.
Directors for organizing this event. I also want to appreciate and thank most sincerely the chairman of the occasion, our keynote speaker, who is also the mandate secretary. I think you have said a lot. I want to thank you most sincerely for this. You are brilliant, unleashing the potential of Nigerian youth is a collective responsibility, and all hands must be on there. I want to bring to your notice, it's part of the unleashing now that we are realizing here in this anniversary. Why? Because you are promoting those that they have contributed immensely to the Aluta. This award, honestly, is one of its kind to me. Why? Because it's an award of struggling, and I dedicated this award to almost 35.1 Nigerian persons especially. Thank you very much for this.
Barrister Shuaibu Labaran Magaju is the next award recipient. Wherever you are, please be getting ready to come forward. To promoting education and nutrition among Nigerian children. His tireless effort has been instrumental in driving positive change. Please put your hands together for him. Put your hands together for him. Our next recipient is Mr. Israel Ezewa. Making impact on youth development. His tireless efforts to empower, inspire, and equip young people with the skills, knowledge, and confidence to succeed have been truly remarkable. Congratulations, sir. Please put your hands together for him. Our next recipient is Chukwuemeka Abbas. Thank you so much. Okay, the friends and well-wishers are coming up. Our next recipient is Mr. Aluta. So
Look here. I even recorded me.
Thank you. Next.
This one is like
Ambassador Dixon Adolf. I want to see that I'm doing the presentation. Glory Almighty. This morning to the media